Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. So just did my Secret Life of Pets figure unboxing, but I also wanted to do a video on this new show I've been watching. I wanted to do a review on the new Nickelodeon series, The Loud House. Now, those of you who have grown up with Nickelodeon like I have, it's kind of gone in a downward spiral since Rugrats, Hey Arnold, and Rocko's Modern Life. Those were great shows, and it seems like in the past, um, how many years that Nickelodeon has had a habit of coming up with the most ridiculous shows we've ever heard of. Um, and they have a habit of canceling the highest viewed shows I've noticed, which I honestly don't get at all. But finally, Nickelodeon has come up with a great cartoon, The Loud House. Now, basically, what The Loud House is about, it's about this, I believe he's 10 years old, 10-year-old Lincoln who basically is living his everyday life. I mean, he's a normal kid, but the one thing that's different about him is that he has 10 sisters, and they all have very distinctive personalities. And basically, the episodes kind of deal with him and his big family. Like, his sisters are always prying into Lincoln's business, and you see Lincoln trying to get some alone time, trying to get some privacy away from his sisters, which can be very challenging at times when you have such a big family. Lincoln has a few hobbies. He really loves video games. I believe in one episode he said that he loves this Ghost Hunter show. But you see that he's trying, like I mentioned, he's trying to navigate his way through the big family. Like the one episode, he just really wanted to watch the season finale of his one show, but stuff came up in the family, so he ended up actually missing his show. Um, I believe in one episode, his video game glasses, his older sister Lori broke them, and he was devastated about it. But his sisters are quite funny now. I'm hoping I get them in order. That'd be actually that'd be actually interesting to see if people know all the Loud House siblings in order, but let's see. Lori is the oldest sibling, and she pretty much typically acts like an older sibling. She is really obsessed with her boyfriend Bobby, and she kind of has control of her other siblings. Like, she kind of has them doing her chores, and she drives them around everywhere. Lenny is his second oldest sibling, and she's kind of ditzy. Like, she kind of is obsessed with shopping in the mall, and she is very fashionable and is obsessed with the phone. Like, it was quite funny because she's tried to get her driving test a ton of times, and Lori doesn't want Lenny to get her driving test because Lori likes to have control and have everyone do her housework and laundry. But Lincoln actually showed Lenny how to drive and using Lenny language, like the blinky thing. It was really funny. Luna is a musician, and you see her in rock and roll type attire. I think purple she wears a lot, and you always see her I don't think I've ever seen her without her guitar. Luann is known for being the jokester in the family, and her siblings are kind of annoyed by her because apparently she tells really, really bad jokes. But I think she's kind of funny. Lynn is the one that's obsessed with sports in the family. You see in one episode when I guess her and Lucy are roommates, and she gets fed up with Lucy for whatever reason, and she bunks with Lincoln, and she has all of her she brings all of her balls into Lincoln's room, like her basketball, baseball, and everything, and she tries to wrestle with Lincoln. So she's definitely she's definitely a tomboy. Um, Lincoln is next after Lynn, and I already said a little bit about Lincoln, but after Lincoln, I believe, who was after Lincoln? I think Lucy is after Lincoln, and she's always dressed in black, like she's kind of goth, and she loves the dark world, dark spirits. Like she always she tries to perform seances, and I think even one of her shows is kind of creepy, but she actually has a secret that she loves to read Pretty Pony Pegasus, I believe it is, and she hides that from her siblings because she's afraid that her siblings will make fun of her if they find that out. Lana and Lola are both twins, and they could not be more opposite. Lana is the tomboy out of the two. Like, she is obsessed with dirt and loves to be dirty, and she likes to collect frogs. I mean, I think one of the chores, when they're arguing about chores, Lincoln has to take out the garbage, and Lana's upset because she would rather take it out. And Lola is the princessy, more girly one. She loves everything pink. She wants to be a princess, and she loves glitter. Lisa is the second youngest, and she's like a little professor. Like, she kind of reminds me of Velma from Scooby-Doo. She's very, very smart for her age. I think when I read online, she's only like supposed to be 4, so she's already like a child prodigy. She's always performing science experiments. And the youngest one is Lily, and Lily is the baby of the family, quite literally. And I just think she's one of the more funnier out of the Loud siblings. She's a baby, and she just loves to run around without her diaper on, and she's so cool. And her siblings, well, actually Lincoln tries to get Lily to be a mini version of him because everyone's all buddy-buddy, but Lincoln's all by himself. So he tries to make Lily interested in the things he's interested in, like video games and collecting coins. And just Lily has she's only a baby, so she doesn't have many lines, but she has like funny one-liners. So I definitely think that the Loud siblings are very funny. They definitely get into some sticky situations. One of my favorite episodes is when Lori is in charge of the Loud siblings when their parents are away, and Lori, she kind of dresses like a drill officer and says, sitting on your hands until this amount of time, then chow time, then cleaning the mess hall, then staring at the wall until parents come home. Like, this is so funny. And the kids try to rebel against her and try to, because Lori always says no to everything. So Lincoln tries to be the babysitter then, but then it all gets chaotic and they just do whatever, and then the house is a complete mess, and they realize that Lori does know what she's doing and has an she's the good babysitter. And I think one of my other favorite episodes is, I can't think of it at the moment. I really love that one where Lori's babysitting. But I think I love the one where when Lincoln buys his own pool, he's excited. He saved it with his own money, and it's kind of like a little kiddie pool, but all the siblings try to use it, and Lily has a habit, because she's a baby, of having accidents in the pool. And he kicks his siblings out, gets really mad. So his siblings all chip together and buy an even bigger, more awesome pool. But because Lincoln realized that while his siblings were all enjoying the awesome pool, he was there by himself, and he wanted to be with his family. So he jumps in the pool, which the label says no cannonballs, and he does a cannonball in the pool, and it breaks the pool. So they all squish together and enjoy the little kiddie pool that Lincoln bought, and they enjoyed it until Lily had an accident and they all ran out. But now I remember my other favorite episode is when Lincoln figures out the sweet spot in the car, because you have how many siblings in the car, and he found that there's a sweet seat in the car where when they go on road trips, where it's just more comfortable, and he tries to get the sweet seat. Well, his siblings catch on, and they all want to try to get the sweet seat too, and they all try to stay up at night, and I believe they actually, I think at the end of the episode, they wrecked the car. But what I also love about the Loud House is his friend, Lincoln's friend Clyde, and he's totally obsessed with Lori. He has like a crush on her. But what's very unique about the Loud House is that it's the first Nick show to have gay dads on the show, and I think that is so awesome that they're showing diversity on a Nick show, and that they're showing kids that, you know, this isn't normal, that sometimes kids have different families, and there's totally nothing wrong with that. And the way they did it, they showed it like it was normal. Clyde was just going over to a slumber party at Lincoln's, and they just showed his dads like they're his parents, and they're a bit nervous letting Clyde go for sleepover, you know, because that's their only kid. So of course, you know, they're understandably nervous. But that was the first that Nick showed gay parents on a cartoon, because I believe Cartoon Network's already did it. I read online, I think, Steven Universe and one other show. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I give a round of applause for Nickelodeon for adding that onto a show, and showing, and like I mentioned before, showing kids that what different families are, because Lincoln has a different family. He has all those siblings, and Clyde just happens to have two dads instead of a mom and a dad, and there's totally nothing wrong with that. So thank you, Nickelodeon. So I definitely recommend The Loud House. It is definitely a funny show. It's one of the best that Nickelodeon has come up with in a very long time. I believe it's on 5 o'clock every day on Nickelodeon. So definitely check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed my Loud House video. I hope you guys enjoy The Loud House. And until next time, stay regal.